Talking about the Titans here. The Titans.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone. And it's gone. It is Bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe. Go follow.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with Eric, Brendan, Dalt, and Ballpark Tommy. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
Sorry about that, everybody. We're having technical difficulties with Twitter. It's not wanting to stream to Twitter, so I had to redo the stream. But yeah, what's up, everybody? Eric, also known as Shard, here at the 302 Birds post game show, and what a what a very on the edge of your seat win. I did not think the Phillies were going to win. I thought they were going to lose tonight, and we were going to lose the series, but they win 3-2. They tie the series. Whit Merrifield. Can always get on him to, record the last out of the game. And we'll get into all this in a minute, but have a special returning guest that finally decided he wanted to come back.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. You finally decided you wanted to come back.
Yeah. Give me my full background so you can see the full background. Give me it all. There it is. Fuck you, Whit. God, I hate that guy. Go from a 199 to a 261 in a matter of fucking like 2 months. Fuck you. And the fact that Harper couldn't clean that fucking grounder, that pisses me off the no fucking end. I hated this fucking win tonight. Nola looked like shit. 1 through fucking 4 looked like shit. Orlando Arcia can kiss my fucking ass. Brian Stinker looks like a fake ass fucking Bobby Cox. Matt Olson looks like a fucking shitty ass fucking draft. I hate that fucking team. Ozuna, you're a fucking drunk. I hate everything about the fucking Braves, dude. I fucking can't stand it. That was a shit win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I think it was a very, very crappy win. And like Joseph said here, Orlando Arcia, the crumb bum of the day. Like, why? I don't understand why you stared down. Like, I get it because you wanted revenge from the postseason. But it's different to stare someone down in the postseason when it actually matters compared to a regular season game. Like, that just, to me, was super, super cringy, super corny.
It was childish, and then all I can think of is that he literally lives in Harper's head rent-free every fucking day. If that's your fucking, like, shining moment on the Braves this year, have fun, dude. You hit a fucking 2-run shot off of Nola. Nola's done this every fucking game, and you just got lucky tonight.
Right. And speaking of Nola, that's going to be our first topic. Just typical, man. Absolutely freaking typical. Every time that Nola goes out, he lets up a home run. And I think they said on the broadcast in his last, 30-something starts, 38? I think he's let up a home run in 35 of 38, which is, like, absolutely outstanding in a sense. And I mean outstanding in like a bad way because like it's every single time he goes out to pitch, you're expecting a home run. You know it's coming. It's just a matter of what inning and what batter. Left a meatball over the plate. Arcia takes it for a 2-run blast. Luckily we were able to overcome that 2-run deficit, but like I don't know. I don't. I hate when Nola goes out to pitch. Looking at his stat line, 5.1 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 1 home run, 3.45 ERA. And then everybody after that was pretty dominant. Hoffman came in for 0.2 innings pitched, no hits, no earned runs, no strikeouts, no walks, 2.03 ERA. So he's starting to lower his ERA again. Strom gets the win. 1 inning pitch, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, 2.22 ERA. Kerkering and Esteves, they came in. I'm going to talk about Esteves in a second because he honestly kind of made me worried. Kerkering came in, 1 inning pitched, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, 2.4 ERA. And then Esteves, he was good when we first got him. But then again, like, we played teams that were kind of not that great. Esteves came in, let up 1 hit, walked 1, loaded the bases. And I luckily Whit grounded out to end the game, and I'm kind of glad that that's how the game ended because I just think it's so hilarious for that to happen, especially after last night when Whit was halfway to the cycle. He hit a double and a triple off of a Wheeler. And then I think tonight let's see what he did. He went 1 for 4.
He was 1 for 4 with a walk and a single.
Yeah. So, I mean, just absolutely annoying that he's hitting off of us. But I don't think he's seen Esteves with the Phillies. I don't think he's seen Esteves in general, honestly, this year. So even when he was with us. So, I mean, that's great to see that Esteves kind of got to him and made him ground out to end the game. But what do you think?
I don't like fucking Esteves. I don't like the way fucking Nola pitched. The only good thing that happened tonight was Strom, Hoffman, and Kerkering looked like they decided to play baseball today. I think Esteves is Sir Anthony Dominguez 2.0. I think that they didn't get rid of Dominguez. I think they just got a guy that now isn't pitching through the 7th, 8th inning. You now have Sir Anthony pitching the 9th inning every game. I think it's horrible. I think if this season goes to shit, it doesn't come down to Harper. It doesn't come down to Schwarber, Wheeler, Nola. I don't think it really boils down to players. I think it boils all the way up to Dombrowski. I haven't been on the show in a minute, so I wasn't around for the trade deadline. But if this season goes to shit, it is because Dombrowski didn't have fucking full buy-in to this fucking team. And the biggest fucking acquisition was Austin Hayes and fucking Esteves. Those are not guys that you add to a fucking championship caliber team. It's absolutely insane to me. I don't get it. I think Esteves is not a fucking solid closer. There's a reason why the Angels gave him up for practically fucking nothing. And that's going to be the fucking downfall. It's Craig Kimbrell 2.0 in my opinion. I don't like Esteves whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's great either. I think he's decent. I mean, he's getting the job done when he needs to get the job done. As for Hayes, I'm not hating on Hayes.
I'm not against Hayes. I'm just saying there should have been a bigger acquisition.
I agree with that. I think it should have been a bigger acquisition. I think it should have been Hayes and maybe another bat. But the thing with Dave Dombrowski is he plays chicken when it comes to prospects. He doesn't want to get rid of anybody because he doesn't want the Phillies to go back to how they were a couple years ago when we really didn't have a good farm system.
No, and I get that 1,000%. But my problem with that is that you didn't give up shit. And at the same time, all these other teams were making trades and they didn't give up shit for big names. So I think you could have gave up like a single player to get somebody. I think Ryan Presley would have been a great acquisition to have as a closer, like a high leverage guy. Esteves isn't even hitting like fucking 97 right now. And that's not, to me, a guy that can go in there and just start whipping them through and getting, Ks in the 9th. It's just, that's the biggest worry for me right now is the way Esteves pitched in the 9th. And then hopefully Hoffman can come back to like pre-All-Star break Hoffman and get him back to where he needs to be. But it's just, that's my biggest concern. It's just, I don't feel good about the win tonight whatsoever. I'm not in any good mood for whatever fucking reason after this win.
Yeah, I mean, I don't I don't know if the win. I don't know, but yeah, Jonas. Brendan's back. He kind of took a little bit of a hiatus. He's gone.
We had our family milestones over the last couple months. We are expecting now, and we just got married. So it's been a little busy, but we're back.
Yeah. So, but I didn't want to explain it for you. So let you explain it
now.
But yeah. So Brendan's going through some family milestones. So congrats to him. But yeah. So Nola just. I don't think he ever got used to the pitch clock. I think he's still struggling with it. And just yeah, you gotta take Nola out in like the end of the fourth, beginning of the fifth. But going into the next topic, next thing we're gonna talk about Harper, dude. I don't know what his issue is, and like I hate to kind of agree with Braves fans here. And Braves fans, if you're watching this is the only time I'm ever going to agree with you. But you guys had every right these last two games to boo Harper. And the reason I say that is like yesterday we talked about the top of the lineup looking like absolute trash and going 0 for 12. Looking at the stat line tonight,
1 for 11.
They still look terrible. They went 1 for 11. Schwarber was the only one to get a hit, and I think it was a single.
Yeah, it was a single. I think Trey had the sac fly, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a sac fly. So I mean, like, I'll give that to him, even though he didn't really technically get a hit. It still worked out. But hold on, I gotta sneeze. I'm gonna put you on the camera.
No, you're good. Because small ball wins games, right? Like, this is just atrocious. They're 1 for 23 in the last 2 games against the Braves. If you expect to take this lineup the way they are right now into October, it's going to be a very fucking short red October. It's going to be fucking, at this point, you're going to be the fucking 3rd seed in the NL, and you're going to face the Braves. And playing like they've played the last 2 days, you're not going to make it out of a 3-game series, let alone a fucking 5-game series. And Thompson needs to get his out of his ass. He needs to manage fucking games better. The bullpen needs to learn how to fucking warm up fast because apparently the starters aren't going as fucking farther as they need to be. And 1 through fucking 3 right now acts like they're playing into the fucking Little League Baseball World Series or championship. It's atrocious. We did have Bohm not get on base tonight, so I think he ended at 35, 36 games for his on base streak. Marsh hit a couple good balls, so that's a good positive for the night. And we'll get into a little bit of the other guys going to the bottom of the lineup in a second. But it is a little worrisome with the way Harper is right now about where his mindset is maybe. I think he's trying too hard again. I think it's the same thing we talked about going into the All-Star break when he was coming back when Trey was hurt. He's trying to do too much. Schwarber looks like he's trying to do too much. They're all swinging for the fences. And over the last, week now, small ball wins games. We don't need everybody to hit a home run. Not everybody has to be a 50 home runner person a year. It's just small ball wins games. Get back to the fucking basics. Learn how to throw the ball. Learn how to catch the ball. Learn how to hit the ball. And that's the only way we're going to get back on track because right now, it does not fucking look good with the way they are. Tonight was just a shit fucking win.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And looking at stat line, Schwarber 1 for 4. Turner and Harper, no hits. Turner went 0 for 3. Harper 0 for 4. Bohm 0 for 4. Casti 0 for 3. Ramuto 0 for 2. Wilson, which we'll get to him in a second because he's the only bright spot in this lineup, 2 for 3. Sosa 1 for 2. Stott, I don't understand why you pinch hitted Sosa for Stott, but whatever. 0 for 1. Rojas 1 for 2. Again, I don't understand why you put Marsh in, but and I talked about this last night. I really am getting fed up with Rob and his dumb decision making, but whatever. I don't know. And this is going to carry us into the next topic of, Weston carrying because he did go 2 for 3. I believe he hit a double and a single. But like, if it wasn't for him and him being on base when he was on base, we probably wouldn't have had runs. He kind of set everybody else up behind him to help drive him in. But I will say this. Looking at, Sosa and Rojas, I mean, they were 1 for 2. They were pretty decent tonight. They weren't the best. I know Rojas had a double, and I believe Sosa had a single as well. But it's like Marsh and Stott, dude. I don't even know. I mean, I love them on the daycare. I love them as players. You can call me a daycare fanboy. I don't care. They're really good in terms of the vibes for this team. And I know people don't want to hear that. I know people are like, oh, well, the vibes are stupid. I get that. But at the same time, it's like these guys have been around the team for a while now. They're part of the culture of the team, but they can't hit. They can't. They're just terrible. And I don't know if with Stott having, and I hate to say this, especially, having my own family, and Brendan, you have your own family too. But it's just with Stott going into this season and him having his daughter in the off season, I really think that's affected him. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's it's not helping him, if that makes sense. It's not. And I'm just trying to be realistic. I just think that that's kind of taking time from him. And I get it. You want to spend time with your family. You want to spend time with your newborn, and that's great. But at the same time, you got to think about your job. You got to think about the team depending on you. And if you can't do that job, then maybe just take a step back and let somebody else fill your role for the time being. Marsh, though, that's a whole different story. I mean, he doesn't have any underlying factors like Stott does. He's terrible, dude. He can't play outfield. He can't bat. Every time he's in left field, you got the ball, going over his head, or he's making some stupid dive to try to catch the ball and just face plants right into the grass, and the ball just rolls past him, and the person's either scoring a run, getting a double, getting a triple. I really think, though, that Weston Wilson is the everyday left fielder. I think that, you gotta do something with Marsh. Either sit him, send him down, whatever. I think Weston Wilson right now, he's so hot at the plate. He's hot in the outfield and left field. I think you play Wilson and you cut your losses with Marsh.
Yeah, I will be the first person to say that I love Brandon Marsh. I love everything about him. I love the way he carries himself. I just don't like the production aspect of it all. And it is shitty to say because, him and Stott are part of the daycare, and that's been a big thing for the team for going on 3 years now. But at the same time, the Angels gave Brandon Marsh up for practically nothing, right? So what did a team like the Angels know that they have their star center fielder who's never on the field? So they're trading away another outfielder for nothing. So it's almost like what did they know that the Phillies are finding out now, I guess? And that's concerning. And then talking about Stott, it's just there were so many high expectations for him this year. I was putting him into the same level of the Luis Ariz era of I thought he was going to be able to go for a batting title this year. And at this point, I don't even think he knows what the fucking baseball looks like. And it's sad. It's so fucking sad that last year we had this whole big thing going about the way the daycare looks. The daycare is top notch. That's everything about Philly, the Wet Bandits. And then now all you have is Bohm. Alec Bohm is the only person hitting in daycare. And it sucks. It fucking sucks. And luckily, there is guys like Weston Wilson who can step up. There is guys like Edmundo Sosa who has stepped up in the past. Not tonight, but these guys need to get their fucking heads out of their asses. And I platooning in the playoffs, platooning against the Brewers who are fucking hot right now, the Diamondbacks who are hot, the Dodgers who are getting back all of their hurt players. The Braves are the fucking Braves. You could say that you're not scared of them going into the playoffs, but you have to be. And at this point, you have to be scared of the other 5 teams going into the playoffs that could play the Phillies because they, at this point in time, look better. They might have one of the best records in baseball, and that's great, but the fucking team that's playing on the field doesn't look like the team in the standings right now.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I think, honestly, the way that the Phillies played in the first half, and you and I said this at the beginning of the season, I think the way that they played the first half gave them a cushion to fall on this late in the season. You and I called it. We said that, eventually there's going to be a time, and the time has come that they're going to fall into this cushion that they've created for themselves. Granted, the cushion is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. They're only 7 games up on the Braves right now, and I think, what is it, like 8 on the
8.5 on the Mets.
Mets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I think they're going to win the division either way, even if they play like this throughout the rest of the year. The bigger question at hand is, are they going to keep the 1 or 2 spot? And if you go to that 3 spot and you play the Braves in the first round in the wild card, I think they're fucked. I don't think they make it out of that fucking series.
I mean, you said like the Braves series at CBP.
So if they lose the 1 and 2 spot, right? So Brewers and the Dodgers have better records than them. They ended up 3, and the Braves are the 6th seed, and they play the Braves in the wild card series. I don't think they make it out of a fucking 3-game series against the Braves. I think they take the first game.
Because we would still get home field advantage, though, wouldn't we? Higher seed.
They had fucking home field against the Diamondbacks, and they're playing like the same exact team as last year. That's my concern. Is I think they can win the Wheeler game, but the 2 games after that, I don't know if they fucking can, because we haven't seen Suarez pitch in almost 2 months now, going on 2 months, and Nola looks like shit. So that's a genuine concern to me. Is we have all this hype going into Red October, and they don't even make it out of the fucking wild card round because they're playing like shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see how Ranger's going to do when he comes back. I know he's been doing live BP and rehab or whatever he's doing, so he comes back on Saturday. But yeah, so to wrap up this topic, though, Weston, he carried. I think he's a really great shining spot for this team right now, and I think he needs to play more. I really think he needs to be an everyday player. But going to the last topic, last thing we're going to talk about, this is just I think it was a very crappy win. I think it was very scrappy win. Granted, we're called the Fightins, said, or whatever the video is. We find ways to win. It's great that they won tonight. I think it's a confidence booster. I think, depending on how tomorrow goes, I think tomorrow is Sanchez versus I can't think of
Swellenbacher,
which Swellenbacher is 50-50. Some days he's good. Some days
solid outing against them last time, didn't he?
What was that?
So he had a solid outing against them last time, didn't he?
I don't remember. Swellenbacher.
He just sounds like a name that could beat the shit out of the Phillies.
I cannot spell his name. His last outing, he went 5 innings pitched. This was against the Angels. 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 home run, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. Before that, he went against the Rockies, went 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs. Before that, against the Marlins, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 home runs, but he had 10 strikeouts. So, like I said, he's kind of iffy. Have the Phillies faced him before? I can't remember if we have or haven't.
That's what I thought that last home series they played them. I could have swore that he was there for that, and I feel like he beat the shit out of them.
Let me look. Let me go back. Let me see if I can go back real quick. Let's see here. Seal.
Yeah, I got you. He went July 6th.
July 6th.
Where the hell is it? 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run.
Yeah,
and
so they have.
So it was hit or miss.
So, I mean, but they have seen him before. So, I mean, maybe that'll help. We'll see. But again, going into this topic, I don't think it was a good win. I think they got very lucky, especially with Whit being up at the plate. I mean, the bases were loaded. He grounded out. I think if, Whit didn't ground out there, they probably would have walked it off. They most likely would have walked it off. So
I'm surprised that wasn't like a cinematic exit, in all honesty. Whit Merrifield beats the shit out of the Phillies. I'm surprised it didn't fucking happen.
His interview too, what was it, yesterday?
Pissed me the fuck off.
It irritated me. He's like, oh, well, they got a good group of guys over there, but I forget what he said. He's like, when they play the Braves, it's not, I don't remember what he said, but he said like something
just
stupid.
Dumb shit.
But like you're batting what, like 199 right now?
199 with the Phillies, and I think he's batting 261 with the Braves.
216 with the Braves right now. So your batting average is not, it's decent, but
it's not good enough to talk shit.
I don't think it's good enough, but he was like, oh, well, the team told me I wasn't good enough to play there, which you weren't.
You fucking weren't.
So you weren't, doing anything. So why should we keep you?
If you got the nickname Shit Whit because you just weren't good, that kind of just says it all right there. Like, you don't get this fucking nickname Shit Whit for fucking nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think his ego is slowly getting to him.
1000% for a 36-year-old too.
Right. And I don't know. I don't think he's that good, but
he wasn't worth $8 million, I'll tell you that much.
No, they bit the bullet on that, but that's all we have for you guys tonight. Phillies win 3-2. Looking at their schedule for tomorrow, I believe it is.
I think it was a 7:08 game or something like that.
Yeah, it's a 7:08. I don't know why, but
I think it's a national game. That's why.
Yeah, national game tomorrow, 7:08. It's on Fox. For the Phillies, it'll be Christopher Sanchez. God. It'll be Christopher Sanchez, left-handed pitcher, 98 on the season, 3.46 ERA, 108 strikeouts. And for the Braves, they're playing Spencer Swellenbach, right-handed pitcher. He's 4-6 on the season, 4.04 ERA, 85 strikeouts. Like I said, it's a Fox broadcast. You guys know how national broadcasts go. So they'll probably
John Smoltz suck everybody's dick for fucking 3 hours.
They'll probably love on the Braves tomorrow. So get ready for that. If you don't want to listen to national broadcasts, just turn the TV on and then, find a way to play 94.1 WIP's broadcast, because they're honestly their Phillies broadcast is probably the only good thing about that radio station. So yeah, but that's what we have for you guys tonight. Brendan, I appreciate you hopping on. I appreciate you making a return.
Absolutely, man. Let's do it a little bit more often.
Yeah, so but like I said, Phillies won 3-2. Series is split. Hopefully they pull out the win tomorrow, because it would be a huge confidence booster, huge series win. So we'll see what happens
for that Royals series if they don't win tomorrow night.
Yeah. I don't even think the Royals are kind of hot right now. I think they're kind of mid, but
are they?
We'll see what happens. So, but that's all we have for you guys tonight. Everybody enjoy your night and roll the outro. Have a good night, everybody.
The Vikings!
Swing and a drive.